guys, Adam here, Blackfyre Productions, and I am back with another Toy Tuesday video. And today we are unboxing Hot Toys TMS 010, the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. That is right, we got the big boy in the house. Recently acquired this from Brendan over at Fanboys in Orillia, Ontario, Canada. So if you haven't yet, check him out if you're ever in the area, or if you need anything Hot Toys related or anything else, sort of like movie memorabilia, toys, board games, that definitely drop him a line on his Facebook page, and he could probably help you or direct you to the right cause or to the right area to show you or to make sure that you get your items that you're looking for. But anyhow, we got this big bad boy with us. A little bit of a waiting game. I know I've seen a bunch of these floating about, and I was like just like jonesing, chomping at the bit to get this one. That and another one that I'll be doing next week as well. But just when I opened up the box, because I have opened up the box, take the plastic and stuff like that off, I was just blown away. The details. So like, yeah, it's just such a cool piece. And I think he's going to be one of those ones that, I just dropped it, that might be a little bit harder to find. I think he is already sold out on Sideshow. I'll have to double check that. I actually should have done that beforehand, but either way. We're going to get into this unboxing. I guess we might as well just dive in right now, because there's nothing really else that you guys are here. You don't want to be here listening to me ramble. You want to see this guy in his full glory. So let's jump in. Here we are with the unboxing portion of Paz Vizsla, the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. So still a very stylized box with the nice silver inlay there and the box wrapping with, I don't know if that's Tatooine or what that's supposed to be in the background, but an image of him there. So that's pretty sweet. You got all of the credits and everything on the back like so. And then you open up this big, bad, beastly box. And let's get this back in here. You open it up and you have your insert here as well. With a nice image of him, like so, and then you can open that up yet again, and you have everything laid out nice and neat. I just kicked the camera, I apologize, but yeah, everything's nice and laid out there like so. Just getting rid of that box to create some space, because this is a little bit bigger than some of the other guys. Go big or go home, as they say. Yeah, so you have all your effects there, and then you got you pull that off, if I can, and you have your figure, like so. We'll get into detail with him later on. Just put him up there for right now. And then you have your other stuff. So I'll just start pulling this stuff out, laying it out, and then we'll go through it accessory wise and everything here momentarily. So I'll get rid of this box and continue to pull everything out so you can see it up close, and we'll look at the paint applications and articulation of the figure and everything else. So pulled everything out of the box and laid it all out here. So let's dive into the accessories. So the first, obviously, they'll just go over the basic ones, which is your posable posable rod there, as well as your base that it inserts into. Quite simple. You just plug it in there. For anybody that has not ever bought a Hot Toys, not Hot Toys. The only thing with this base, it is a nice picture, but I thought it was a textured base, similar to what the Durasteel Mandalorian has, but it's not actually. It's just a picture printed on there, and then you got your name plate on the front of the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. But yeah, so you got those. You have his vibro dagger right there. Let's like so, right, and the handle, so you can see that a little bit better. So yeah. And then you have the effects for the jump hack, the boosters, the flames, and they just plug into either side. I'll show you the jump pack here momentarily. I already attached to the back of the Heavy Mandalorian, and I don't want to pull it off just in case I break something, so it's just going to stay there. You're never going to see him without it anyways, so why not? In total, you have 5 right hands and 3 left hands, so that looks like it could be either pointing or I'm not sure what it is, but you can see the very minimal highlights. And when I say minimal, I don't mean that's a bad thing, but like they're very gray and subtle. Maybe subtle is a better term. Highlights on the black leather, and then you can see all the weathering and everything there. Subtle is definitely a better term than minimal, because they are there. They're just subtle highlights because it is a black leather hand glove. You have his saluting hand for the right hand, right there like so. And then this one's going to be the one that grips the big cannon as well, from the back, which we'll get into, and then a closed fist. For his left hands with the browns, you can see that there's some nice weathering on there with the paint chips and everything. Let me see if I can get that closer for you. How close can I get it with it still being in focus? And you can see just inside the recesses there's like a bit of either a brown wash or a black wash, and it looks like it might be feathered off there to give a nice transition and blend. But yeah, it's there. And then that's his gripping hand for the blaster as well. So I'll be playing with this guy momentarily and posing him and everything else, because I'm going to do a little photo shoot with him. Then you have the big blaster itself. You got a nice strap there with some nice leather. Your hose that goes towards the back, and it is posable, like so, right? And then your handle here, which is also very posable. Or movable. It's articulated. There we go. And then the one for the left hand is over here, so it goes up like that. It does not go the other way. It just goes up to a certain point and then stops. And then you can see the nice metallic blues. There we go in focus at the tip of the gun there with some weathering as well. But yeah, you can see there are definitely tones of silver in that, from a dark gun metal to a lighter sort of silver tones in there, and some nice washes and everything else. So that's pretty cool. I'll show you the jetpack. Like I said, it's already attached to the back of the Heavy Mandalorian. And I didn't want to try taking it off after putting it on and playing with it before I started this portion, so I'm just going to leave it there, and I'll just show you on the back of them anyways. But literally there is a portion on the back here that goes across the middle of the back cuirass. I think it's cuirass. Who knows? Either way, you pull it down, and then there's 2 knobs about here, and you push in, and it snaps into place. You can see that's where the tubing goes from the gun, and those are where the flame effects insert in as well. So let's just get this in there. And so that's the flame effects, like so. I don't know how he doesn't catch his loincloth like stuff on fire when he's using his jetpack, but yeah, so that is the accessories. The dagger jumps in, or goes in, not jumps in, is inserted into the back here, like right down there. I'll grab it and I'll just show you. It's gonna be awkward. It just inserts down like so behind the plate there. Right, like that. And then you can just pull it out when you want it, but I'm just going to leave it in there because I'm going to do a photo with them momentarily, so I'll just leave it there like so. So let's actually go over the figure next, after I clean all this stuff up and see what the articulation is like and talk about the body itself. So the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian Paz Vizsla, the actual body itself, I'm just going to leave it like here and talk about the different things that are visible from this side. I will pick them up and bring them close to you and go over articulation of that. But I'm just gonna look at the paint application first and like just bask in its glory, because it is absolutely amazing with all the weathering and everything. You can see like the grime around the edging where dirt would collect in the trim and everything else. You can see the chipping all over the place. Fantastic. Like the yellow on the shin guards and on the wrist guard, it just pops. Like the brown that they've used and the silver, it looks so grimy, so dirty. It's great. These obviously are hard plastic attached there and everything else, but like the mask with that nice glossy sort of black in the visor and the weathering around it, it's just so good. I'll bring it up closer now, I guess, but you can see that there. Hey, how's it going? Anyhow, but yeah, so like the paint application is actually great, and yeah, you can see the weathering on the yellow and then on the boot as well, right? It's just so good, so good. The loincloth is not wired or anything, but you can sort of do some stuff with it the way that it's built in there. So. But yeah, so that's that. So articulation, we're going to start from head down. You do have the double joint in the head, so you can get that nice sort of like backwards leaning stuff or pose where he's like flying with his jetpack and he salutes Mando. But yeah, so you do have some side to side. Yeah, so side to side, obviously up and down. Arms wise, let's just see how far up we can go. I'm not going to go super crazy with this because I don't want to break this whatsoever. It is my own personal collection. So yeah, I'm just going to go as comfortable as I feel. So that's going up not to a 90. I could probably work it up more if I wanted to. There we go. Another click. So that's about as far as I'm going to go with it, like that. So put that back down, and then obviously you can bring it up as well to the side. And that's about as far as I'm going to go with it as well, is to about there. Put that back down. You do have your joints in the elbows. So you got the double bend there, which is pretty good. More than 90 degrees. Bend that back, and then obviously your wrist as well, right? See the torso. Torso has a little bit of an ab crunch, I think, but I think with all the armor and that, it gets in the way. And then legs wise, I got about 3 clicks out of that, and that's about as far as it's getting. Is about there, which I think that's fine. And then going back, you can go about there comfortably. I'm not gonna force it any more than that. Knees wise, you do have the double knee, which is nice. So you got that one, and then the top one, and then you have your shin as well. A little bit hindered by those, but that's okay. You can still get a nice sort of like toe up or toe down with it, and you obviously get your side to side and everything else. So that's that. You have your cannon there and your wire. That doesn't really stop it. There is the butterfly shoulders as well, I should have mentioned, and you do have your pivot in there as well. So but yeah, that is that. I'm gonna turn that around. But yeah, so that is this guy. I'm gonna try to hook up some accessories next and see if I can get an interesting pose for you guys as well. So here we are with a pose, and I gotta say, it is not the most fun to try to pose the cannon that he has in both hands and the pipe going into the jetpack. I would almost leave the this hand detached and not put, that would be like the last piece that I would insert, and then as well as the hose going in the back, so that way it's not restricting the movement of this hand. So you put the strap around, I take the hand off, put the gun into the hand, then jam the hand back on, and I should say his right hand, and then yeah, and then from there I would put it into the left hand and then do the pipe blast, the ammo clip, I guess it is. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, very simple posing. I find it hard to pose this guy with the wrist guards there, the forearm braces, as well as like the elbow pad. Trying to get the hand into the peg, or the peg into the hand, I should say, was just a little bit hard. And those things are restricting me actually being able to move things around. And the same with the legs, to try to get that thigh turn or swivel. I had to like grip it in a way where I wasn't grabbing a hold of the thigh guards there. But overall, it is posed, and I don't plan on doing too many poses with them. I'm going to do some photos and then probably throw them in my case behind me with Mando, and I might get the another figure in there too. And then I'll have to like reposition my Darth Maul somewhere else, because currently I have Mando with Darth Maul, because they're the only two Star Wars figures that I had up until I got this guy and the next one that'll be unboxing next week as well. But yeah, so that's a very generic pose, and basically it's like him leaning forward, slight turn in the waist, slightly forward with the ab crunch, or at least I tried. And then turned his thigh out, his left forward leg. He's sort of like leaning into the firing of the gun. In the image that I have in my head is basically going to be this pose, and then I'm going to probably superimpose some sparks firing out of there, and I'm going to give him like a red light shining back this way, because in the movie, or sorry, in the TV show, he's shooting in with the red beams of energy. So I'll do the sparks, and I might do like a red light coming back, giving him a wash over that way, and then I'll do some backlighting and stuff like that, and you know, maybe some light from above in the photo that I do. Obviously I put the pivoted the back right leg in a little bit to help sort of balance him, and also to help sort of brace with the shot and everything. So he's standing there rapid firing, almost like he just came down rescuing Mando from Grief and the rest of the Bounty Hunter Guild. But yeah, so that is the pose. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this unboxing of the TMS 010 Heavy Infantry Mandalorian, or Paz Vizsla. Really looking forward to getting this guy, and I'm glad that I did. He is such a cool character with the suit, and like just super imposing and big. Very, very, very cool. I do have him in like a 1/12 scale, but this by far is the best version you can have, and it's super awesome. So leave a comment down below letting me know what you guys think of not only the figure but also these unboxing videos. Check out the Patreon link in the description of the video down below. All the support goes directly towards the channel here, and helps me do what I'm doing, and hopefully that what you guys are enjoying. To our Patreon members currently, and to our past Patreon members, thank you for your support that you guys have given. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, ignite your hobby.